The Warrior Within. Accessing the Night in the Male Psyche. By Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. Most people move from act to act without any struggle or thought. A hunter, on the contrary, assesses every act. He proceeds judiciously, as if every act were his last battle. It's only natural that his last act on earth should be the best of himself. Carlos Castaneda, Journey to Ixtlan. To the memory of Mohandas Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., and all the warriors who have risked their personal welfare and put their lives on the line for their loved ones and for their communities, and, beyond a tribal vision, have fought for universal justice, for shalom, and for cosmos. And to all those men who have accessed the warrior within themselves for fullness of life and self-affirmation, for themselves, for all those around them, and for the planet as a whole. Preface. The Warrior in the Masculine Soul. The warrior in the masculine soul. Often disparaged, seldom understood, the warrior is the most controversial of the archetypes. Many feel the human race would do better without his aggression and rage. And those who have been caught within the warrior's sadomasochistic shadow system have perpetrated the cruelest acts known to history. It is easy to see why people fear this energy and wish it away. But archetypes may not be wished away. Among the fundamental assumptions of the authors of these books is that archetypes can never be expunged from the human psyche. As we make plain in this series, each man carries a dynamic fourfold structure of archetypes: the king, warrior, magician, and lover within him. A woman has a corresponding system of queen, warrior, magician, and lover. But it is the male system we are particularly exploring. Each of these archetypes must be realistically appraised and managed. Those who try to banish an archetype from their psychic system endanger themselves and those around them, because a banished archetype never goes away, only underground, into the unconscious. Aggression is not, as some radical feminists would have it, limited to the male of the species. Both men and women have a warrior to deal with, though in terms of physical acting out, it does seem to be true that many men have more difficulty managing theirs. There is no way to socialize aggression away. The warrior archetype is hardwired into our brain structure. Socialization means repression, which only keeps aggressiveness in an all the more volatile, compressed, and explosive form. But aggression is not, in and of itself, a bad thing. In many ways, legitimate aggression contributes vitally to our lives. In aggression, we find our drives for life, career, social contact, self-definition, and service. Perseverance and fidelity are products of the warrior's determination. Though the lover initiates a relationship, It is the warrior who maintains it. Without the warrior, the lover is merely promiscuous. The answer, then, is not to banish any of the archetypes, but to work on achieving the maturity necessary to manage them. With a growing sense of what masculinity entails, many men today are claiming their birthright warrior energy, empowering themselves, and offering a plan for personal empowerment to others. As with the Knights of the Round Table, today's male warriors are pledging their fealty to metapersonal concerns, their workplaces, communities, and families. They are stepping forward as stewards of human community. From a position at the center of the psyche, the knight within encourages every man to take up his sword and fight, to preserve, to provide for, and to extend the things he believes in and the people he cares for. Those readers who are new to this series will find in chapters 1 and 2 a basic grounding in the Jungian concepts we have extended in this series. In the 3 appendices, we expand for the interested reader on some intriguing structural aspects of the psyche that lend support to our work. These 2 chapters and the 3 appendices are common to all 4 books in this series, so the new reader can find all the basic information he needs in any single book. Thus, the reader familiar with another book in the series may choose to turn straight to chapter 3. Taken together, the 4 books are an integrated male quartet and offer a balanced vision of responsible stewardship of the 4 masculine horses of power. If we, like knights of old, learn to ride such spirited steeds, perhaps the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will take on a new, more hopeful meaning. Acknowledgements. The authors wish to thank Graciela Infante for her careful reading of the manuscript. Doug especially wishes to express his appreciation for her ongoing support, encouragement, and many helpful suggestions during the long times of intensive work on the manuscript. Robert wants to express a special appreciation to Margaret Shanahan for her inspiration and encouragement since the days when many of these ideas were being formulated initially as lectures. Since 1985, her ongoing companionship and support have not only stimulated his work, but deeply enriched his life and his understanding of the 4 powers of the psyche. Both authors wish to thank Patrick Nugent and Angela Smith for their transcriptions of Robert Moore's lecture tapes, Noel Kaufman for his location of research sources, Max Havlick for his work on permissions and bibliography, and Rudy Vedder for his excellent photography. A special thanks goes to Maria Guarnaschelli, Vice President and Senior Editor at William Morrow, for her innovative vision for this series and for her intensive and superlative editorial work. Katharina Buck has been tireless in her ongoing liaison work and in her commitment to effective coordination and getting all the details together for preparation of the manuscript. Kathy Antrim has been very helpful in the editorial process at Morrow. Kurt Aldeg has given his insights into how to best communicate the ideas in this book to the widest audience. These and the other outstanding Morrow staff have made the success of this book possible. In addition, the authors wish to acknowledge the many men, inside and outside of the men's movement, who have reflected on their personal experience as men and helped refine the understanding of the 4 powers and 4 masculine initiations presented in this series of books. With their continuing help, Perhaps these masculine powers can be accessed in more helpful and generative ways to serve the human community. Contents.